Hey guys, Andrew from Model Flight here and welcome back for another RC update video. I've had some great stock arrive this week, some restock of some favourite items. So let's get straight into it, show you some of the new stuff that we've got. The FlexJet from Premier Aircraft is a super capable electric ducted fan jet. Now this has been out for a while in the two colourways. Premier Aircraft have added a bit of an update to it, so they've added thrust vectoring. What this basically means is that it's opened up to a wider range of 3D maneuvers that this model can perform, extra control authority with the thrust vectoring system. So essentially you're capable of doing a lot more with this aircraft in the air. If you're capable as a pilot to perform the maneuvers, the jet's kind of going to go with you and allow you to do what you need to do. This comes in a pretty much almost assembled aircraft. It does require some assembly, but mostly pretty quick and easy. It does come pre-fitted with the Aura 8 flight controller, which is a proprietary unit to all of the Premier Aircraft models. Makes this aircraft fly fantastically. It's really, really well tuned. A lot of time has gone into perfecting that tune, and every Flex aircraft that we've flown certainly feels that way. So it's super locked in, really nice flight characteristics. What you'll need to add to this is your choice of transmitter, 6 channels and up, a receiver, a 6-cell flight battery, and a charger for that battery. For Spectrum users, a AR8010T or 2 satellite receivers would be ideal. Essentially they plug straight into the flight controller, so bind them up and you're basically ready to rock and roll. It's a fantastic model and something we're really excited about with the thrust vectoring, which isn't super common in the industry, so that's a really, really cool addition, and this aircraft's capable of some fantastic maneuvers. Another excellent model from Premier Aircraft is the CAP 232. This is a design by Quique Somenzini, has designed the airframe, and then the guys at Flex have gone ahead and tuned the Aura 8 flight controller for this airframe. I've been lucky enough to build and fly one of these, and again, fantastic flying model. Everything from Flex is pretty much impeccable to fly. Some neat features on this aircraft are the flight modes that the Aura 8 offers you. So for the intermediate and advanced pilot, it gives you the option of doing high-speed precision aerobatics, slow-speed 3D, and has some extensive flight modes in that slow-speed 3D stuff. What this basically means is that for the given style of flying that you're doing, you have the correct flight mode and therefore the correct gyro gain setting to complement that. So essentially, if you're intermediate to advanced pilot, want to do some 3D aerobatics or precision flying, this aircraft will kind of let you do what you need to do and be an extension of your flying, and a really, really nice aircraft to fly that's very locked in and very well tuned. To complete this model, you will need to add a transmitter, receiver, 6-cell flight battery, and a charger for that battery. Again, for Spectrum users, we'd recommend something like an AR8010T or 2 Spectrum remote receiver satellites. They plug straight into the Aura 8, so it's super simple to bind that up. All the instructions in the manual for your transmitter setup are there as well. So it's pretty simple, a little bit of assembly, but all in all, fantastic flying aircraft. It is a 60 size motor, so it is a reasonably large aircraft. Flies fantastically though, and super well tuned by Flex. The V900 from E-Flite is a speed flyer's dream. This aircraft has been through before. We have received some more stock of this. It was super popular the first time we had it through and we sold out quite fast. We do have this in both bind and fly and plug and play versions. So if you are a Spectrum user, certainly advise taking advantage of the bind and fly version. Comes with the AR636 receiver, which again is pre-tuned with AS3X and Safe Select. So you're able to have Safe Select and flight modes essentially on a switch, as well as your AS3X, your 3-axis gyro, helping you out, buffeting turbulence and making the aircraft feel super locked in. For those non-Spectrum users though, the plug and play version is there, which comes basically ready to go, but you will need to add a receiver. This aircraft does require a little bit of assembly, as well as flight battery, transmitter, and receiver, depending on if you're plug and play, but a transmitter in both cases, and a charger for your battery. On the battery front, you do have a few options. Now this aircraft is super quick on either battery option, so it can be run on 3-cell or 4-cell LiPo. Around about the 2200 is pretty good spot to be. On the 3-cell, it's going to do around 160 kilometers an hour. On the 4-cell, it's almost 200 kilometers an hour. So it is a super fast aircraft regardless of which battery you choose. The good thing is the 3-cell 2200s are quite a popular pack. They're used on a majority of E-Flite aircraft, and the 4-cell pack is for those guys who want to go as fast as possible. This aircraft will take you to almost 200k an hour. So a really fantastic model, great looking model, well built, and flies really nice as well. We've just had more stock of the Trail Honcho from Axial come back into. We've just received a restock of the Trail Honcho from Axial. Now this is using the proven SCX10 chassis. So a super popular chassis design across a majority of the Axial 10 scale range. Very capable crawler, very durable as well, and has some great innovation on it also. The Trail Honcho styling, fantastic looking scale shell, some really nice scale detail at the back, and has licensed method wheels, Vulcan tyres. What we'll do is we'll take the body shell off and have a bit of a look at the running gear underneath. But as far as what this car comes with, it is almost ready to run. You will need to add a battery and a charger for that battery, but aside from that, everything else is included in the package. The SCX10 uses aluminium chassis rails, straight up and down shock absorbers. There's some really nice features on here. So we have a water resistant electronic setup, so a tactic metal geared steering servo, receiver, ESC, as well as the brushed 35-turn motor. The battery is mounted up front, which is right over the front of the car. This is to add some weight. It improves crawling ability, given that when you're going up steep hills, you have most of the weight over your wheels that are doing the steering. Helps the car get over difficult obstacles. And some nice little details like front and rear LEDs, which are entirely functional, aluminium front skid plate, as well as the AR44 axles. Now these are a little bit hard to see, but they actually improve ground clearance. So this car not only looks the part, but is very functional. So a super capable crawler, a lot of articulation, as well as some well thought out weight and balance with the battery up the front. So all in all, a fantastic crawler from Axial. And anyone who wants to hit the trails, the Trail Honcho should be a car that you look at. The Jeep Cherokee SCX10 is another fantastic offering from Axial. We've just had some more of these come through into stock. This car screams scale details, so there's a lot of little bits and pieces on here that really enhance the scale look. JC Off-Road have come to the party, and Axial have done licensed front and rear bumpers, as well as the rock sliders on the side of the car. BF Goodrich licensed tyres, Method licensed rims, as well as a Jeep licensed shell. So fantastic scale appearance on this car. It is using the SCX10 chassis, so again, really proven performer, durable and very capable. This car comes in an almost ready to run configuration, so you will need to add your battery for the car, as well as a charger for that battery, but everything else is included in the box. So much like the Trail Honcho that we've already looked at, the battery is mounted right up in the front here, improves the crawling performance, allows you to have more weight over the front end when trying to steer through obstacles and go up steep climbs. The portable axles as well give you more ground clearance. Combine that with the articulation and the performance of the chassis. This car is super capable at what it does, can get over some crazy and gnarly trails, and sort of does it with ease. So another fantastic release from Axial. Thanks for joining us again this week, guys, for another RC update. Some great products come through the doors this week again. So we've had a pretty full-on last month with a lot of brand new product arrivals. If you are interested in anything that we've shown here today, please check the links in the description below. Please go check our website. Keep an eye on our YouTube for some great flight videos that are coming up soon. As always, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.